Hello, everyone, and welcome to English at Ease, where we talk about a variety of different topics, all in a slow and simple way, so that you can learn English at your own unique level. In today's video, we are going to be talking about one of the Greek myths. We're going to be talking about one of the stories that the ancient Greeks told. In today's story, we are going to be talking about a very interesting character whose name was Prometheus. Prometheus was one of the characters that the ancient Greeks liked to talk about. One of the stories that the ancient Greeks liked to hear. And the story of Prometheus is a very interesting, but also a very sad story. The story of Prometheus is not a happy story with an ending that is good and positive and happy. No, the story of Prometheus is a sad story, and the ending is one that is very scary, not very happy at all. Now, to understand the story of Prometheus, we need to talk a little bit about who Prometheus was. Prometheus was not a regular person like you or me. Prometheus was not a regular human being. Prometheus looked like a human being, but Prometheus was a different type of being called a Titan. In the Greek myths, in the stories that the ancient Greeks told, the Titans were a type of being that had lived, that had existed for many years before human beings ever existed, before human beings existed, before animals existed, and even before the gods existed. There were Titans. Titans lived before animals, before humans, and before the gods. Titans couldn't die. Titans never died. They also had powers. They had very strong powers over different parts of the world. Now, eventually, the Titans were replaced by the gods. Eventually, the Titans were beaten by the gods. The gods fought against the Titans and beat them. After the gods fought against the Titans and beat them, the Titans were forced to live in the underworld, a very dark and scary place. The Titans were forced to live there. The Titans had to live there because the gods told them, you have to live in the underworld. And the Titans couldn't just say no, because the gods had fought and beaten the Titans. The only two Titans who were not forced to live in the underworld, the only two Titans that were allowed to stay on Earth were named Prometheus, who is the character that we are going to be talking about today, and Prometheus's brother, the brother of Prometheus, who was named Epimetheus. Now, the reason why Prometheus and his brother Epimetheus were allowed to stay on Earth, the reason why they didn't have to go to the underworld, the reason why the gods let them stay on Earth was because Prometheus and Epimetheus decided to help the gods. During their fight against the Titans, Prometheus and Epimetheus decided to join the gods. They decided to fight on the same team as the gods. They fought against the other Titans. For this reason, the gods decided that it was okay for Prometheus and Epimetheus to stay. They didn't have to be punished or forced to live in a bad place. They could stay on Earth. Now, the king of the gods was named Zeus. Zeus was the ruler of the gods. The other gods listened to everything Zeus said because he was their leader. He was their king. Now, Zeus liked Prometheus and Epimetheus. He liked them because they had helped the gods fight against the other Titans. So Zeus decided to give the brothers, Prometheus and Epimetheus, he decided to give these two brothers a very important job. The job that Epimetheus and Prometheus were given was to create animals and also to create human beings, to create people. Epimetheus was given the job to create animals. Prometheus was given the job to create humans, to create people like you and me. Now, when Epimetheus decided to create animals, when he started to create animals, he decided to give these animals different traits, different characteristics that belonged to the gods. For example, to some animals, like birds, he gave the ability to fly. Gods also had the ability to fly. So he was giving the birds an ability from the gods. He was making the birds kind of like the gods. To other animals, he gave the ability to go underwater, and he gave them the ability to swim underwater and not have to breathe air. He gave them the ability to breathe under the water. This was another ability that belonged to the gods. This was another ability from the gods. So the fish were kind of like the gods because they could swim underwater and breathe underwater. Other animals, he gave great strength. He gave great strength to other animals. For example, bears have a lot of strength. Gorillas have a lot of strength. Bulls have a lot of strength. Many animals have a lot of strength. They're very strong. The problem was that since Epimetheus had given all of these abilities, all of these traits, these characteristics to the animals, there weren't any abilities left to give to the humans. When Prometheus was trying to make human beings, he thought to himself, what ability can I give them? Prometheus has already given all of the abilities to the animals. The animals are like the gods. They have everything the gods have. So what can I give the humans? Prometheus was confused and kind of sad, kind of upset, kind of angry with Prometheus, because now there was nothing special to give the humans. The humans didn't really have anything that made them like the gods. The only thing that made them similar, that made them a little bit like the gods, was that they looked like the gods. Humans looked like the gods. For this reason, Prometheus thought to himself, he tried to come up with an idea how he could give the humans more power, how he could give people an ability that would make them greater than the animals. He started to teach humans knowledge. He started to give them wisdom. He started to try to make humans smarter. And that way, they could be more like the gods. Now, things were going perfectly fine, and there weren't any problems up to this point until Prometheus started to make Zeus, the king of the gods, Prometheus started to make him kind of angry. The first thing Prometheus did that made Zeus very mad, that made him very angry, was that Prometheus tricked Zeus in order to help humans. Prometheus wanted to help humans, and he had to lie. He had to tell a lie to Zeus in order to help humans. Zeus wanted Prometheus to come up, to think of a way that humans could sacrifice, that they could kill animals and give them to the gods. Zeus wanted humans to kill animals and give the meat, give the food to the gods. He wanted them to burn the food, set it on fire, and offer it to the gods. This is called a sacrifice. Now, the problem was Prometheus didn't like the idea, because if humans were giving their food to the gods, it meant that humans didn't have as much food for themselves. If humans give their food, if they give their food to the gods, humans are going to have less food to eat. Humans won't have as much food to eat, and they'll be hungry. They'll be very hungry. So Prometheus decided to lie to Zeus in a way where humans got more food. Humans were able to eat most of the food of the animal after they had killed the animal. The only thing humans had to give to the gods was the bones of the animal. And nobody can eat the bones of the animal. It's not good for you. You shouldn't eat the bones of the animal. So it wasn't really a problem for humans to give the bones of the animal to the gods. Now Zeus was very mad about this because Zeus wanted humans to give the best food to the gods. And now they were only giving the bones of the animals. So Zeus was very angry with humans and with Prometheus. He was very mad at both of them, at the humans and at Prometheus, because Prometheus had told him a lie. He had lied to Zeus. He had tricked Zeus to help out the humans. Zeus was so mad that he decided to punish humans. He decided to do something to make humans suffer, to make humans hurt. He wanted to do something to make humans' lives harder. He wanted to do something to make their lives more difficult. Zeus decided to take fire and take it away from the humans. He decided that humans shouldn't be able to have fire anymore. He told the humans, no more fire. You can't have fire anymore. This was a problem because without fire, humans couldn't cook their food. They couldn't cook their food. They couldn't stay warm. They couldn't stay warm. Without fire, humans would be cold. Without fire, humans wouldn't have light. Everything would be dark and they wouldn't be able to see. They couldn't see without the fire at nighttime. At nighttime, everything would be dark and the humans couldn't see. So humans were really sad and they were really struggling because they didn't have fire anymore. Now, Prometheus saw that humans were sad and he wanted to help them. So again, he decided to try to help out humans. Prometheus decided to go to where the gods lived, to the home of the gods. And he snuck in, he secretly walked in, trying to stay quiet. He didn't want to make a lot of noise. He didn't want to be loud. And he took fire and he ran away with it. He took the fire and he ran away with it. And he came to the humans and he decided to give them the fire. He gave them the fire that he had stolen from the gods, Now this made humans very happy because humans needed fire. Fire helped them stay warm so they weren't cold. Fire gave them light so they could see. Fire gave them something to cook food with so they could eat. So humans were happy with what Prometheus had done. But Zeus was very angry because Prometheus had stolen fire from the gods. Zeus had told Prometheus, humans cannot have fire. They cannot have fire. But Prometheus didn't listen. He decided to steal fire from the gods, which made Zeus very angry. So Zeus decided to punish Prometheus. Now remember what I had said before. Titans cannot die. Prometheus was a titan, and titans cannot die like people. So Zeus couldn't just kill Prometheus. So instead, he decided to do something to Prometheus that would make Prometheus's life very bad. That would make Prometheus's life very terrible. He wanted Prometheus to feel pain, to hurt for what he had done. So Zeus decided to take Prometheus and he put Prometheus on a mountain, on the side of a mountain. He chained Prometheus up. He put a chain around Prometheus so Prometheus couldn't move. If he tried to move, he wouldn't be able to. Now Zeus just left Prometheus there. Prometheus was stuck on the side of the mountain. Zeus also told an eagle, a bird with large claws, to attack Prometheus every day and to eat Prometheus's liver. A part part of Prometheus's body. After the eagle would eat Prometheus's liver, this part of his body, Prometheus's liver would come back. It would grow again. And the eagle would come back the next day and do it again. The eagle would attack Prometheus and eat Prometheus's liver. So every single day, the eagle would attack Prometheus and eat his liver. And Prometheus couldn't do anything about it because Prometheus couldn't move. He was stuck. This is why I said the story of Prometheus is a sad and scary one, because the ending is not so happy. Prometheus has to feel pain forever. Now, one thing that makes the story more interesting and shows you how much Prometheus really loved humans, how much he loved people, is that Prometheus had a special power that I haven't told you about. The power that I haven't told you about, the ability that Prometheus had, was that he could see into the future. Prometheus could see what was going to happen before it happened. He could see the future. So Prometheus knew exactly what was going to happen if he stole fire from the gods. Prometheus knew what would happen to him. He knew what Zeus would do to him. But Prometheus still did it because he loved humans. He loved people. So he wanted to help them, even if it meant he was going to feel pain. He was going to hurt forever. So the story of Prometheus is a very interesting one, and it tells us a lot about this character, how much he loved human beings. It also shows us how the gods of ancient Greek myths, of the stories that ancient Greeks told, weren't always very friendly. They weren't always very nice. They weren't always very kind or good. When people didn't listen to them, they could be very evil. When people didn't listen to them, they could do very bad things to those people, like they did to Prometheus. I hope you enjoyed the story of Prometheus. It's one of my personal favorites, and I hope you got some good English listening practice to improve your understanding of the language. Thank you so much for watching.